So this title may seem ridiculous to you. Of course, Batman v Superman is not a Marvel movie. But the thing is, for whatever reason, people went into the movie expecting it to be a Marvel movie and thereby left disappointed when they didn't get a Marvel movie. I have a newsflash for you. Amidst the negative reviews and fan response saying about it's too dark and too scary, I'm just going to say it straight away. Batman v Superman is in my top 5 movies of all time and is maybe even my favorite superhero movie of all time, but at least in the top 3 superhero movies of mine of all time. Why do I say that? I say that to emphasize that not everybody likes the same type of movies as you. Not everybody likes movies identical to your tastes and preferences. I, again, personally would much rather watch Batman v Superman than any Marvel movie released to date, if I had the option. Because I think that it matches my viewing preferences more so than any Disney movie. And I love the Marvel movies. You know, Avengers was awesome. Winter Soldier, and the list goes on. A lot of great Marvel and Disney movies. But here's the problem that I've seen, is that we've had these Marvel movies, these Disney movies for the last decade, and people have become accustomed, particularly the casual crowd, have begun to think that that is what superhero movies are these days. And I've seen in Batman v Superman, people bringing in 4-year-olds. Okay, there was one I was tweeting about. There was a group of 4-year-olds, and they hung in there like troopers. They did cry when Man-Bat sucked out Batman's throat, when they jumped through Martha's grave. Okay, but that was the only time they cried. Okay, but I love that shit. I loved in my second showing, when I've seen the movie 4 times, in the second showing, there was a family that just straight up legit walked out when Batman was mowing people down in the Nightmare Suit. I think that's fucking awesome. That's great. I love that. And how sad is it that we're at a point where people can go into superhero movies and expect that it's comfortable for their 4-year-old to watch when it's PG-13? That is what Disney has created, is a culture where, okay, I'm going too far off, but you could, okay, I don't want to go too over the top, but that's what happened. We've had Marvel movies for a decade, and people have now seen that that is the norm, and that anything that deviates from that is like not a comic book movie in a strange way, or just not very good. So if you are that person that really, has preferences that do not align with the DC formula, with the Warner Brothers formula, please do not ruin it for the rest of us. Because there is a spew of content that really matches your viewing preferences on both sides. If you really want that lighthearted, jokey tone, 1966, Adam West Batman. 1997, Batman and Robin. On the Marvel side, literally every single Marvel movie ever made. Okay, just being honest here. Okay, Batman v Superman, in my opinion, is a gem amidst the typical superhero formula. It's not that it's any better. I'm not talking about better right now. I'm talking about preferences, what I prefer. So I'm not saying Batman v Superman is better than Avengers. I'm just saying I liked it more. That's all I'm saying. So please do not cry and complain about how it's too dark and too scary and tonally dark, because some people like that. And what you have done is you have now caused, and you're making DC think that nobody likes that, and that they're going to change. And now everybody's backtracking. The director of Aquaman, it's going to be fun, it's going to be jokey, it's going to be, bring the whole family, and they're all backtracking on this. Aquaman, oh yeah, we're going to have tons of jokes in it. Aquaman director just said that in an interview. Zack Snyder is now talking about how, oh, we promise in Justice League it's going to be funnier. Aquaman, Flash has more jokes in it, and he's pretty funny. And I bet you they're probably going to rewrite a few sections of the script of Justice League to put in more jokes, just because they want the tone to be, suit the needs of the reviewers, I guess. If your complaint with a superhero movie is that there's not enough jokes, that's not even a complaint. There's plenty of jokes in Batman v Superman. First of all, I'm wondering about your sense of humor or whatever. I thought the line, everybody in my theater laughs every time. I'm a friend of your son's. That line's fucking awesome because they just try to kill each other, and the irony there is pretty funny, I think. Is She With You? Yeah, it wasn't funny because we'd already seen it, but I actually laughed when I first saw it in the theater. I laughed even though I've seen the line like 50 times. Okay, so that's the thing, is that people are like, oh, I didn't laugh a single time in the movie. Well, that's me showing you that not our viewing preferences are different. So what I'm saying is don't go around crying about it. Just say that that's not your cup of tea, and you're still going to watch it. You're definitely going to still watch it, but just say that, that's not your favorite. And the only reason I'm making this video is for the reason I just mentioned, and that is that the Aquaman director is already backtracking. Oh, it's going to be so fun. Bring the whole family. We promise. It's going to be awesome. And Zack Snyder's already backtracking about how there's going to be more comedy and it's going to be lighter tone in Justice League. Directors and reviewers and also, well, directors and the publishing company Warner Brothers, they're responsive to these kind of things. And if there's an overwhelming cry of a complaint, and that being in this movie, it's too dark, too scary, not enough jokes all the time throughout the entire movie, riddled throughout, then they're responsive to that. They're going to change that. So what I encourage you, if you don't like that formula, if that doesn't suit your ideal viewing preferences, then that's okay. There's literally so many choices for you in the superhero realm that meet your viewing preferences. But to me, Batman v Superman is probably my favorite superhero movie of all time for the exact reasons that are opposite of your viewing tendencies and preferences. Because I don't want Disney movies with DC characters. I don't just want them to copy the Disney formula. It's worked great for the MCU, but I don't know if it'll work for the DCEU. I don't know if Batman is gonna suit out great in a movie where there's a lot of jokes. Of course, there's, witty dialogue and banter between Batman and Alfred, but beyond that, I wouldn't say they're straight up jokes. Batman's not a funny character. He's not funny at all. And that's not really the case for the, characters they've established in the MCU. So, that's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is to recognize that your opinion is not the only one. Not everybody loves the same type of movies or has the same preferences as your own. So please do keep that in mind when you are thinking about the criticisms of Batman v Superman, the overall response, everything like that. So that's all I'm saying. Okay, I'm just saying that I loved Batman v Superman for the exact reasons that a lot of people hate it, and to open your mind up to other people's viewing tendencies. Okay, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you did, you can feel free to hit the like button, subscribe for more Batman v Superman and MCU and DCEU coverage. My name's Slickmoff, and we'll see you in the next one.